This is the only one that we haven't talked to yet, isn't it?
I should probably have changed him into a stronger form.
Ooh.
Whatever,
shoot.
he still needs damage requirements.
Yeah, you
so I'm
probably
fine
should have
with
turned
it.
him into his ultimate.
Whatever.
Oopsie poopsie.
I'm just gonna kill his bite.
God, he's got such a big mouth.
Yeah, it's. Did it say Levimon?
Yeah, I think it's Leviamon or something like that. It's a Leviathan.
It's awfully close to us.
Wow, we kind of dropped the ball on all of them. They all are
this
the
guy.
weak versions. Is it going to turn into something weaker than he is currently?
I don't know.
Because everyone right now has got the weaker version of their stuff going on.
Well, if I die, that means we get to show off the game over screen.
I've never
we haven't
seen it.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it looks like, but we'll probably not get it.
I hope we don't get it.
Yeah.
Because that's going to suck.
Yeah, we're probably not going to get it.
He
So
also turns into...
I told
why?
you. I don't know, but I had to open 50 treasure chests to get him.
Oh, that's...
So I got two of
This thing is awful, by the way.
I'm not sure why I can do this, but I'm gonna... Okay, so it's the bird who wants to do it.
Actually terrible.
Well, he's not staying that way.
Are you sure it was the bird?
Yeah, look at who's doing the soul charge.
Yeah. Well,
it's the bird boy.
I was asking before it was the bird boy showing up.
Well, I could see his face down on the little bar with his HP.
Alright.
So here he goes. What are you gonna be?
Oh god, a whale.
Oh, okay. I don't remember getting this.
Yeah, it's a Waymon.
But I guess I got this.
Okay. Yeah, Waymon's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nobody
this
can
is
decide
a very
if he's
crowded battlefield.
No one can decide if he's a champion or an ultimate. I think I said that a couple episodes ago, but it's consistently like shifting depending on the anime series that he's in. Or just the series in general. Like in some of the games he's a champion, and then in some of them he's an ultimate for no reason.
I'm not sure what he is in this one.
I have no idea because this game does not follow the normal rules.
Yeah, I mean it does sort of, because they want you to get certain levels of Digimon that you fight. So for some of these I had to defeat like 10 or more ultimates.
Yes, but I don't honestly think that it's working properly. I don't think that's... I mean, maybe, but... That's confusing. I don't like it. You're stuck as a bunch of champions, I think, fighting what might be a mecha.
That's fine.
Are you even doing... He's got 2 tails.
Oh, cool.
Are you even doing enough damage to him?
I haven't really started doing damage. I've been buffing and evolving.
Yeah, you've done like 1 pip.
We'll be fine.
I hope so.
I like the animations for that guy because I like whales.
Yeah.
Like, when I was a little kid, my 2 big nerd fixations were dinosaurs and whales. So, like, I just have good thoughts about whales.
Okay, before I forget what I was going to say, so EA was nothing but sports.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did some Mass Effect stuff, and that... I gotta be completely honest, like, it didn't interest me at all. I don't really like Mass Effect to begin with.
Have you even played any of them?
Because
I haven't.
I tried to play the first one.
Oh, do you have it on Steam?
No. This was years and years ago. It was when I was at a person's house.
Oh, okay.
The Mass Effect is like a shooter game. Like, it's a first-person shooter, and it's mostly cover shooting. And I don't like cover shooting. I feel like cover shooters are... just
you
not,
mean like
not
you
my cup of
hide
tea.
behind things?
Yeah. It's
like how there's a pedal you can press in like Time Splitters to take cover,
kinda.
and then you like shoot off screen and it reloads.
Yeah,
arcades.
I mean, Time Splitters is a very different game. That's an arcade shooter.
Yeah.
But it's like Mass Effect was this big. It was supposed to be this big epic fucking thing. And eventually just kind of petered out, and people got really angry about it. And one of the things that people really disliked was that in lieu of like better storytelling, they turned it into a dating sim, because that's not what it was to begin with. That game's basically a dating sim, by the way.
Alright, I'm okay with that.
It's strange.
I wish this game were a dating sim. Except probably not, as long as it's not the Digimon.
I don't even remember the rest of the EA one. If I had to really rack my brain, I could probably think of what it was.
I know that you were wheezing about Kojima.
Well, that was for Sony. That was like the next day.
Okay.
EA was yesterday. I said
I didn't
that.
like. I'm playing a game.
I know. I said that like 3 times though. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I'm a little tired too, man.
but EA had sports and cars and Mass Effect and other things, and criminy. It was not as bad as EA is some years, but it was not, like, by far it was not the best of all of them. If I had to give it a score, it would be like a D or a C maybe.
Okay.
They showed off Battlefield, which apparently people are like crapping themselves over.
That's such a generic name. That could be anything. I don't know what that is. Is
Battlefield.
It just a shooter?
No. Battlefield is a continuous. That's a game that's been around for like the last 6 years,
It's a super generic
10 years maybe. Battlefield was a game that was created to combat Call of Duty. It's EA's version of Call of Duty. EA has Battlefield,
okay, so it's just a shooter.
And Activision has Call of Duty.
All right.
It's like a wartime
so
shooter.
they're all the same to me. I don't play those.
Yeah.
I associate first-person shooters with my dad, who would just sit and hog the TV and play Doom 64 for literally hours and just play the same levels over and over again for years.
Yeah.
So it's like I just associate first-person shooters with boring things.
Well, the next game coming out is Battlefield 1.
Okay, for the Xbox One.
For the Xbox,
that makes
it's
sense.
really confusing because I'm pretty sure this is like the 10th Battlefield. Like, I don't know the actual number, but I know it's a very high number, and they're calling it Battlefield 1 because it takes place in World War 1.
That's as good a reason as any. Wait, isn't World War One when they just sat in foxholes and just kind of shot each other?
It's the
from
trenches.
holes?
It's literally just the trench war.
Yeah, that's not really exciting. If anything, it was just horrible for the people involved. I mean, all wars were, but that one isn't even, like, good to dramatize.
I think they're trying to make it more interesting by doing things to it. They did show off things like, oh, well, and you can fly around in this airplane from the era, and you can fly around in this Zeppelin, and you can drive an armored train. And it's like, okay, well, an armored train is immediately on rails, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know why the ability to drive an armored train would actually
there's,
be
like, entire train
interesting.
driving simulators that people pay real money for. I don't understand them, but someone likes
this
it.
would be a fucking shooter, though. But the weird like they introduced it as being like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like not muskets, it's gonna be swords and guns and shovels and trench warfare.
Swords in World War One?
Yeah, in World War One,
Okay.
there were people who had sabers. That's kind of the thing. Also horseback and also tanks. It both occurred in World War One at the same time.
Weird.
Like it must have been like an absolute trip for the people showing up on horses to look over and see their allies in tanks and just be like, what the actual hell is that?
Yeah,
like there's some weird armored vehicle with a gun in it. That's real big. I know a lot of people were throwing weird fits about there being black people in it too, because I don't know.
Why wouldn't there be?
Some people don't. Some people find it to be historically inaccurate.
I don't think it would be, though.
The French forces were comprised of a rather large number of blacks, but I think there were actually a very small number coming from almost every other country. And it's like I don't really care. I think that's fine, whatever.
They had their own squads and stuff. They were just segregated, but they were totally because
in World War One, I think there was only a single squad that came out of the U.S. Yeah, it was the God, what was it, like the Harlem Hellions? No. It
I'm
was
sorry,
else.
that's just the only word that ever comes after that in anything.
Yeah, well, I don't 100% remember it. I just know that a lot of people got pissed off. I did notice that there's somebody was pointing out that one of the guys in the trailer who's black who gets taken down is wearing German uniforms, and people are like, okay, this would not have ever happened because Germany at the time
well, that was
like,
before Hitler, if it was World War One.
Yeah, but it still would have been like frowned upon within Germany, because Germany during that time period I think was still incredibly racist.
Still though, it's a video game.
Yeah,
they can do these things if they really want.
I guess
it's a good marketing.
Like I said, I don't always really care at all.
Good Digimon to protect what's right, we'll have to Digify.